powerful man. You know, and I wouldn't be here tonight if not for her. Yeah. So stand up and be recognized, please. So let me tell you a story about my wife. One time I had breakfast with the mayor, I had lunch with the playwright, Lady Nishikawa, and then I had coffee with an educator and a retired judge from Canada. And they all giving me all these great accolades. Oh, you're so amazing, you're so intriguing, you're so interesting, and you're so this and you're so that. And I was like, wow, I feel good, right on, cool. So I go home and I try to ask my wife, hey, why do all these people think I'm so amazing, so interesting, so fascinating? She goes, and without skipping a beat, stirring her pot on the stove, she goes, I don't know, maybe they're not married to you, that's why. It's getting right into my face. Yeah? The next slide is of my grandmother. Her name is Wilhelmina Naivi. She married a baby from the west side of Wall, from Makwo. Yeah, I'm related to the famous bone breakers of Makwo. And that's me on top of that. I used to attend church with my grandmother. And I wear this hook around my neck to honor her. Because one day I was in the church grounds and she said, Georgie, someday you're going to be fishers of men. And she quoted Mark 4:19 and said, he cast down the net and followed him. And I was like, wow, okay, cool. So, but I fell away for many years. My grandmother prayed and she prayed and she prayed for me. And then when she died, 24 years ago, I believe now she had an audience with Jesus. And she had her arm around Jesus. Jesus, look the boy. Look him, running around. Oh, stupid, all crazy. Just that way he himself before he long with you so that he would listen to you. So if you ever want somebody to feel self-conscious, just get one partner and you two guys go, look at the guy, go, look him. Look at that. So when I first got saved, a whole year, I just was in church. Right after my grandmother's death, I got saved. I was at church for a whole year, every time the church was open. And I never like do nothing Hawaiian. I was broken all my Hawaiian CDs. And my sister came over my house and she goes, oh, George, what you doing? Oh, I destroyed all my Hawaiian CDs because I don't like the devil come inside me and I cannot listen to Bob Marley because Bob Marley spoke marijuana because I don't like him. I'm going to broke them all up, throw them away. She goes, oh, I take them. You go get possessed from the devil. And it wasn't until my pastor preached a message, and it quoted 2 Chronicles 7:14. And it says, if my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves before me, pray, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, forgive their sin and heal their land. And that is when I realized, wow, God would heal all that. God, so I went up to all these seasoned wahine at our church.
Can you read those scriptures?
And Luis Correa, Bessie DiMello, and Melanie Abiyai. God could heal all that. God could heal all that. All we gotta do is turn back to him and get all the rest of our lives and turn back to him. Because yeah, boy. Yeah, we know. So what are we gonna do about it? And immediately after that, they started on Christian Hawaiian Heritage class. And the first class was on Hawaiian family values. Next slide. And the first value that Melanie came up with was Laulima. Right? Cooperation. We all cooperate with each other, and we all live a happy life, right? The body is one body with many different parts. Everybody get their kuya, right? And in the Ahuwa, it was a freely giving and receiving kind of thing. It wasn't something that I give you so much fish, you give me so much stuff, right? No, it was freely give and receive, like it says in Matthew 10:8. Yeah, and so the next one that she came up with was for Okipa. Show hospitality one to another without grumbling or complaining. Yeah? Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. My wife, she's great at that. I remember one time, my wife was cooking steak and onions, and I was born on the steak and onions I wanted to eat. And I came home, rushed home, and had all these people in my house. I said, oh, honey, that's all my friends. They came to visit me. I was like, oh, that's nice. Allah. So I go into the kitchen, and I go open my pot, and the pot's empty. And I said, oh, honey, I'm so sorry. But, I just decided to feed my friends. I goes, that's okay, honey. Enjoy your friends' company. I'll go get you something to eat. And she felt bad, and I know she's all embarrassed right now. She doesn't even remember that time, but I remember. Next slide, please. Oh, man, patience. Be anxious for nothing. Just be anxious for nothing. That's how you make mistakes, when you're trying to rush things. Yeah? Just with prayer and supplication, ask God, Lord, help me. Present it to Him. Please help me with this stuff. Yeah? And of course, aloha, the unconditional love. If you don't know God, you don't know the true aloha. Like Daniel said, aloha, face, heart, breath. In the face and breath of God. I believe God would only the earth, like Daniel said. I heard a Bible commentaries that said, when God changed Abraham and Sarai's name to Abraham and Sarah, He gave them His breath and made a covenant with them. We know that breath is life, right? Ezekiel 37. And Jesus in John chapter 20, verse 21 said, so the Father has sent me, so I send you. And with that, He breathed upon them and said, receive ye the Holy Spirit. So I believe Jesus was Kamaka, because He was disciples. And whenever you tell a story, Harold Cowan, only those that are supposed to know knew what he was talking about. Opokahea, the first class I ever taught. I was given this book to me by Eloise Correa. She's now a couple in the church. She's reinventing herself. She's Kapu Kaulana. I love her for that. And she said, read this book, come back, and do one class on it. So I said, what? I've never done a class or a book report ever in my life. Let alone an oral book report. And I did, and that is where I got started. I started teaching classes. I started learning more stuff. And one thing that Kaeo and Daniel, what I love about Opokaya, that was left out, that he prayed. Read his memoirs. Go get it on Amazon or whatever, abooks.com, and go get those memoirs and read it, because he prayed constantly for these gods that don't speak, don't hear, and don't see, that they get destroyed. How come 6 months before the missionaries arrive, the couple system doesn't get reinstated? It gets abandoned. Because this man prayed. Maybe he had all his friends up there. So that's what, 3-4 people praying, asking God for these Hawaiians to turn from their wicked ways. It happened. Okay? And then, next slide, please. So when I was in church, everybody was talking about this Opelu Mama on the west side of Maui. And what happened there was this barracuda. So in ancient times, they used to feed the barracuda the scrapings from the tower. In the barracuda, they tap the boat, they feed them. And they would chase all the Opelu into the bay, and then the fishermen would go inside the bay and catch the fish. And then in today's times, there's one guy was in my class, I teach this class at my church, and the guy said, oh, we used to feed them the pumpkin. I was like, oh, interesting, right on, confirmation, this guy actually. So people in church started saying that was an aumakua to all these fishermen. I said, wait a minute, that don't sound like an aumakua. It sounds like one pet. It sounds like a domestic. So how come we cannot have domesticate wild animals to become pets, but yet in the Bible, next slide, the ravens brought him bread and meat in the morning and bread and meat at night. Talking about the prophet Elisha, God told him to go into the battle and go sleep by the brook and drink from the brook. Right? So that happened. God can do that. Right? Next slide. Balaam's donkey. Bro, come on, giddy up, giddy up. What the donkey said, bro, get off me, and you go to the angel. I ain't gonna get started. You're crazy. Bro, come on, just go. And he's actually talking to the donkey. It didn't seem weird to him. Right? So there's that relationship with nature. But Daniel talks about the triangle. God on top, man and nature. It's that symbiotic relationship with our Creator and His creation. Yeah? And so, I was at the Hawaiian room at the Bailey House Museum. I was videotaping a class. Hokolani Padilla was doing a class, Kumahoko was doing a class on the artifacts in the Hawaiian room. And she said that it has mana in these artifacts. And that's Aurora Borealis. You can go to Fairbanks, Alaska. That's on one of my bucket lists. That's like number 1. And kind of look like mana, yeah? And so, I'm looking to the scope of the videotape. wow, God, this is good stuff, but how is this of you? God, she's talking about mana in an uli uli. Makes the whole of that look good. When she becomes proficient, she puts her own mana into the uli uli. Then mana in watches and bracelets and rocking chairs, and I'm like, wow, God, this is good stuff, but how is this of you? And I felt like the Holy Spirit goes, what did your pastor preach about this past Sunday? Acts 9:12, the Apostle Paul, they wiped the sweat from his brow. And he put the handkerchiefs and his aprons on his tool bench, and people would come and steal it and lay it on sick people, and they got healed. So the Holy Spirit asked me, so was that the Apostle Paul's mana, or is that my mana that I allowed to flow to me, to the Apostle Paul, into his sweat, into the handkerchief, and to heal those people? My pastor, he took swatches of cloth and put them on the table, and he prayed over them and said, take them to the hospitals, take them to your sick family and friends. Watch them get healed. So they, wow, that's cool. Okay, cool. You know? And then Jesus had so much mana that even the woman, even his clothes had mana inside. Right? So he's walking to town, and then everybody's clamoring over him, saying, Jesus, Jesus, help me, help me. And then all of a sudden, this lady with the issue of blood touches the hem of his garment, and then he goes, oh, my mana left. In the Hawaiian Bible, it says, mana aku. Mana went that way. Yeah? And it came from iloko, from within me. I was like, wow. So my friend helped me translate it. And I was like, wow, that is amazing. So Jesus was so manaful that even his clothes had mana inside. That's actually Hoku's word, right? This is a shot of a view from my desk, looking into Iao Valley. The mountain, as you're looking at it on the right, is Mount Nakane, or the mountain of God, the God of fresh water. And Jesus said, drink my water, you're not going to get thirsty again. Right? The mountain on the left side, as you're looking at it, is Mauna Leo, or the mountain that speaks. If I had more time, I would tell you guys what you told me one day. And then the mountain in the back is Mauna Kahili, those feather standards. Yeah. And if you look at it, doesn't it look like the silhouette of a woman lying down, a pregnant woman? You start from the left, you see her head, her nose, her breasts, her oku. There's a ko'i honua that talks about, look towards Capella. Look towards this place, Capella, where all the bones are buried, and he names all the people buried in there. And it talks about Pi'ilani and all the children born from her, and the love-making heiau. Pi'ilani was sequestered up there. There was a monastery up there that priests used to go and seek heaven's advice. Right? That's where we used to go to pray. Yeah. It's a very sacred site for us as Kanaka on the island of Maui. And the state wants to turn it into a park where people go to pray. They want to build a comfort station. They want to put kukai up there just to accommodate tourists, to make it more comfortable for them to visit. And we're saying no. So can you take something that was once sacred and make it sacred? And they have. No, one of our Ilimakua, one of our esteemed elders said, you've taken some place where we went to pray, and you're turning it into a place to pray by calling it a park. Next slide. That's where the bones were buried. So Hawaiians believe there was mana in the bones, right? So is that weird? But then when the Israelites were burying a dead body and the Moabites invaded their camp, they threw the body into the tomb of the prophet Elisha, and once it touched the bones of the prophet, it immediately came back up to life. That's something innate in us that was given to us by God. We kind of twisted it a little bit, like Daniel talking about the devil trying to steal them from us. Let's take it back. Yeah? How many of us played the step on the shadow game? Bob, step on my shadow. Bob, step on yours. And then we start running around the park, stepping on each other's shadow, right? I know some of you played that, and you're laughing because you know. Why is that? Because that shadow, that kahili's marked, they marked the place, because if you step on the shadow, you'd be killed. But in the Bible, what it talks about is about people would take, next slide, and lie down on the side of the road, hoping that the shadow of the Apostle Peter would fall on them so that they could get healed. Taking something from God, innate in us today, or back then even, and twisted it and stole it from us. Actually, let's take it back. Next slide. The rainbow. The rainbow. God's promise to us, something that is sacred, right? And what happened? The LGBT community took it and used it as a sign of diversity. Take something that was sacred, make it secular. So now, can we take something secular and make it sacred? Okay? So, Daniel sent me this email. Well, I sent it to him, asking him about the beer drinking songs. And he responded. And he says it's disputed on whether it was secular songs sung in bars. Secular songs nonetheless, but whether they were sung in bars. All secular songs are played in bars. This is 18th century. Dynamo jukebox. They gotta play something. Okay? In our church, that kupuna, Bessie DeMello, and her daughter Colette, her daughter Joni, and Kopa Atita with Abumanu, they were up there singing a song. I got to have Jesus now, Jesus, Jesus. And I'm laughing, and I'm nudging my wife. I'm telling her, honey, look, everybody's dancing and singing, praising Jesus. And she goes, what's so funny? I goes, they're singing it to a melody song written by Bob Marley about smoking marijuana. And they're all praising Jesus for it. This is crazy. So shut up. No, how do you know that? No, I'm not how to, I think this is wonderful. We're stealing back from the devil now. You know what song I like steal back from the devil? Night Nurse. Everybody knows the song, so I'm not going to say it. Because it has just as many syllables as Jesus. Jesus, only you alone can quench this thirst. Jesus, oh, the pain is getting worse.
Yeah, you.
I don't need no doc. I need the presence of Jesus around the clock. He's the only prescription for me. The only one, the only remedy. What happens if you're around and you think he's singing night verse, he comes inside of church and he knows it? Oh, Jesus. I attend the Mua on Maui. The Mua is the men's house. We exercise body, mind, and spirit there, and we try to take the myth out of legends. This is the lyrics to the song by Mark Kelly Holman, and he talks about all the feats that Maui did. So the myth says that Maui fished out the islands, right, with his magic hook, Manaya Kalani. And when he was fishing for the fish, the hook would fly out of the fish's mouth and would land up in the sky. Right? We believe in the Moa that it's actually a constellation, Scorpio. That's Manaya Kalani. That's what our kupuna called Manaya Kalani. Maui was a navigator on Hawaii law, and the stars and the ocean currents would guide some of the first Pacific Islanders here to these islands. So what does the Bible say about stuff like that? Okay. The heavens declare the glory of God, the skies proclaim its handiwork. Day after day it pours forth speech, and night after night it displays knowledge. Yeah. The next part, o wake a kawana ai honua ho'oku I Maui ike kaumaha. A ka luna o ka wiki iha pai me ka nuiki. So Maui, the sky was falling on Maui. Right? Everybody was bending down and they were burdened. But what we believe is that Wakea was an ancient chief that somehow gave a heavy kuleana to Maui and all the people, and they were all burdened, so they had to all carry this stuff around. So what Maui did with this strong body, he would go up to Kauiki Hill in Hana, and he would lift off that burden. Use your app on your Google app on your phone. Hey Google, lifting burdens in the Bible. You're going to see choke, and this is just one of them. Yeah? Take my yoke upon you. It's easy. It's light. I'll lift your burdens. Okay? The next powerful one. Ka holohele, kalai kaleva, uaka ohimau, ike kaulaboho. So the myth says that Maui went and catch the sun with this magic lasso that he made out of his grandmother's hair. But what we believe is that Haleakala was actually called Heleakala. Hele means to bind. So what Maui did was he took his grandmother's hair as a relic, went up to Haleakala and prayed and asked the sun to stop. And for some reason it stopped in the middle of the sky. Who else did that? Joshua. For a full day. So, I'm saying this because why would God leave all these stories in our culture? Is it to bring them back to him, like what Daniel talks about, leaving it back to him?
Ew.
Did it really happen? I don't know, I wasn't there. Right? But this we can use to preach. If anybody knows Hallelujah Maui, take down the words, take them on out, by it's yours. Freely I receive, freely I give. Ua lave piu alai nui ahina, loa e ikamaki, meka auli. So, the mud hen had the secret of fire. So, what Maui did was he choke her neck and said, tell me the secret of fire. He said, okay, you gotta take one stick and rub the other stick together, and that's how you get fire. Okay, Mahalo. If you get fire, you get power. Everybody gotta come kudo to you, and you just give them a few amperes every day. Right? Go back to the next slide. Yeah. So, what happened? So, what is the secret of fire? Anybody know? Any of the spirit-filled Christians know what the secret of fire is? Thank you. On the day of Pentecost came, they were all together in one place. In verse 3, they saw what seemed to be tongues of fire that separated and came to rest upon their head. And so the mud hen picture, that's a mud hen. She get the fire on top of her head. Symbols, crazy symbols that God has left in our culture so that we can share with our family and friends. That's what this is all about. O pea makawalu kupu ino, kaulele uhina, ikapo. Paalo na maka oki ikapo o pakele maui, ikela manu. So had this 8-eyed bat that was terrorizing the people. Yeah, the opea was terrorizing everybody. So Maui went over there, poke out his eyes, and cut off his head. Right? First he rip off his mask, poke out his eyes, rip off his head. What does the Bible say? They have nothing to do with fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. Expose evil. Expose the greed that's happening over here. We're starting to do that now. Over in Kahuku, up on the Mauna, in Waimanalo. Now we're exposing all this stuff because we're tired. But what we gotta do, right? Next slide. When one knows they're good thing not to do and does it not, it is sin for them. So that's why when we say heaven to all these guys doing this stuff, that's what it is, because they know what to do is good. Contaminate the water in Red Hill. Right? Now, expose it, call them on this stuff, tell them do what is right. Next slide. Haina kapuana he uki Hawaii no Maui he kupua inoa. So, the beauty of Hawaii is Maui. The beauty of Maui is all of us and all the great feats that we do every day by going to work, providing for our families, taking care of our kuleana. Yeah? We are the beauty of Hawaii. Why is that? Because we're created in the image of God. Right? That's why. We manama. That's what we do. That's what God does for us. Okay. Next slide, please. So this is not in the song. This is a bonus. This is a story about Kuna the Eel. It's a 3-letter story. Just going all up and down Wailuku River on the Big Island of Hawaii, terrorizing the villages. Of course, every time you get somebody terrorizing people, gotta call Maui for come help. So what Maui did was he would take his axe, cut the head off the puhi, and throw him in the ground. The next day, this tall tree with fronds just on the top and some nice strange fruit underneath. And then they call Maui, hey, what is that? I don't know, you take him, you're in hospital. They found the head of the puhi inside. That's the coconut tree. And that's the coconut. So when you peel the coconut, you see the two eyes in the mouth, right? Kind of look like a puhi little bit there. So what is that to say? The moral of the story is that if you discipline your children, good things will come out. Next slide, please. Whoever spares the rod hates their children, but the one who loves their children is careful to discipline them. Careful to discipline them. What is appropriate? Yeah. Not just give weakness or give weakness. Next slide. I went to a trip on Kaho'olawe with Khalil Patterson and some friends of mine from Uhonoa Oyao. And when we went there, they called us the church group. The church group, the church group, the church group. So my friend was like, oh, no, we're not with the church group, with Uhonoa Oyao. So they, oh yeah, I'm with these guys too. But too late, we was already identified as Christians. And oh no. Next slide. So while there, we did the protocols, we did the stuff, and then we learned that Maui is actually, there's chants that talk about Maui as the woman, Kaho'olawe being the child, and Monokini being the afterbirth. And all this stuff shaped like that. And that is why we was over there. Maybe that's why these guys was bombing the island so much, because they were trying to kill the child. And between the channel, between Maui and Kaho'olawe is the Alalatiki channel. And that channel had a cloud train that was like the umbilical cord that would fly over, that would float over to Kaho'olawe and provide rain for it. But I body surf on that side and it dissipates it. It doesn't reach it. I pull it real hard. Oh, come on, rain, come on, rain, come on. And the sun goes, not rain, not rain, not rain. And so, on that ceremony, there's rain koa on Kaho'olawe, and there's another one on the other side on Maui up in Uluponakoa. I've been to both, and they kind of look like that. So the ceremony was asking for rain. So the guy was chanting, asking Kane, rain, to come and drink awa with Kangaloa, another name for the island of Kaho'olawe. And to me, it's just a metaphor. So I participated, and this guy groveled on his hands and feet, hands and knees, begging for rain. I was like, wow, this is nuts. This guy is begging for rain. And then everybody was thinking, hey, that's kind of begging at it, that altar of uncut stones with the pillar stone. But then what does the Bible say about that? Jacob set up a stone like a pillar at the place where God had talked with him, and he poured out a drink offering on it. He also poured oil on it. Set up a stone like a pillar. That's not. That's something innate that God gave to us. Somehow twisted, but let's take it back. Next slide. There was a kumuhula there. So why I do this kind of stuff is because the kumuhula was also a teacher at Hayashida. One of his students said, what did you guys do to my kumu? He contacted Daniel and said, what did you guys do to my kumu? He's different now. This is the first time Christians participated with their rites and rituals and never just calls a bunch of pagans and heathens. He's a little bit more open to the gospel. Yeah? And that's why I do what I do. So there's this other guy that I've been ministering for years. For years. He said that because of what missionary descendants and former missionaries did to my kingdom, I wish they never came. He probably wouldn't exist today because Dr. Baldwin probably vaccinated his kupuna back in the day for smallpox. So he says, by the way, I have been thinking seriously about taking you up on your offer. Maybe one day we can get together when Michelle Paul sit. I would sit with you and we can talk more about the universe. Seriously, maybe up on our tarot pads one day, go Manao. Yeah. That's why I do what I do. Next slide. This is a resolution that I wrote. I'm just going to go briefly through it. It just talks about all the heaven that was done by other people to the Hawaiian people. But let's just go to the next one. And the next one. So be it resolved, we Hawaiian Christians will pray 2 Chronicles 7:14 to see God heal the land. We'll not blame others for our situation. Instead, pray Daniel chapter 9, asking God to forgive the sins of our ancestors as well as cleanse us of our sins. Non-ethnic Hawaiians are subjects of the kingdom as well and should pray according to 2 Chronicles 6:32. If the foreigner prays towards the temple, hear their prayer and do as they ask. Should the kingdom of Hawaii be restored, we will continue to pursue righteousness under Jesus Christ and pray that it will be God's kingdom and His will be done. If folk in New England can pray and has seen a couple system not reinstated, I think a couple thousand Christians here in the state of Hawaii could pray and see God restore the kingdom. We can do this. God's going to do it. It's going to take divine intervention. Yeah? But we have to remember, if my people who are called by my name. Next slide. That's my niece, Tatiana. I don't have any daughters, I have 2 boys. And one day when she started recognizing her mom's first name, I asked her, who's your mom? And she goes, Renee. She goes, who's your grandpa? Oh, Papa Fred. Who's your grandma? Grandma Rosa and Grandma Mimi. This young lady doesn't know who her father is. So I asked her, should I ask? And I haven't asked. She goes, who's your dad? She puts her finger in her mouth and she goes, maybe uncle? I'm like, oh. I call her my Hanai daughter. I treat her just like my sons. I don't have to spank her. I just give her the stink eye and scream at her one time, power it. She's disappointed. She knows she disappointed her uncle and she's brokenhearted about it and she'll never do it again. Let's hope. God, please. So, when Hawaiians align somebody into their family, that child has the same inherent rights as your biological children. That child does not only have the same inherent rights, but they were chosen by you to Hanai. Okay? And what does the Bible say about Hanai? Now, if we are children, then we are heirs, heirs of God and co-heirs with Christ, if indeed we share in His sufferings, in order that we may also share in His glory. God wants to Hanai everybody into His family. So if we tell Hawaiians that God like Hanai you, then give them this scripture, what? They would understand it a bit more, right? Instead of saying, get saved, you're dirty, you stink, you would heated. No come to church, go all first before you come inside.
I like how he just
That's what we have to do.